today? Today I think is July 22nd. Supposed to have a couple good days of weather. So I'm going to hook up to the disc mine, put it on the 986. This is usually my mowing tractor. And we'll knock down a bunch of hay that will, some of it I might see if we could dry bale it tomorrow. Well, maybe Monday. There's a chance of shower Monday. But the bulk of it will wrap tomorrow. Cut it today, wrap it tomorrow. And I don't think I showed anybody this yet. We ended up buying a new baler. Traded the John Deere 458 in on a New Holland RB 450 silage special. It does not have the knives in it, which I can really barely justify buying this baler, let alone spending another whatever it was for the knives. I don't need knives. But so far I probably made 50 bales on it, and on bale number 10 I had a problem with the net wrap momentarily, but I think what happened then was that the tailgate started to open and interrupted the wrapping cycle, because I think the hydraulic pressures are so much higher on this than my other baler that the remote on my tractor was bleeding off, and it gave it a tailgate alarm while it was wrapping and just stopped everything. So now just when it's getting near full bale, I just bump the hydraulic lever just to make sure that the pressure's back on it good. And so far, I haven't had any more problems. But it does make one heck of a dense bale. I only have the pressure set at like 1400 psi, and it's plenty tight, especially with the high moisture bales. I used to make 54-inch bales with the John Deere. I was making 52s with this the one day, and the hay was like in the low 50s moisture wise, and it was actually almost too heavy for my grapple on the skid loader to keep a hold of it. So a couple days ago I made some that they're more like in the low 40s, the moisture. Made them 52-inch, and the grapple seemed to be able to hold on to them better. But definitely if I have hay that's into the 50s, I'm just going to make probably 48, maybe 50-inch bales. So I fueled the 986 up last night. Check the oil quick. It's just about full. Tighten that up. And the air's been working real nice in this. Actually, sometimes it's almost too cold. It starts putting a lot of condensation on the windshield the way it comes out. So we'll hook up to the disc spine, and I'll go move the cows quick so that that's out of the way for the day. Top off the pig's water. Precious is shedding out. Front half of her looks all nice and clean. Back half of her's all ratty. You want me to help you pull out some of this hair? Oh yeah, look at that. I saw you outside this morning pulling it out. All right, we'll get this hooked up and get the day started. 9:30 now. I'm going to get started on this field, even though the dew's not completely off, but this field's pretty thin. I think I'm going to probably just dry bale this field because it is thin. It'll dry down quick. So we will get started on this one. We'll extend the cutter out. And oops, engage the PTO. Get moving. That's one field done. I'd say that's maybe 3 acres. We go down the road and cut probably at least 9 more. If I do the one other field, it's like 4 acres. Maybe we'll do that one. We'll see. See how I feel. This is the next field we're doing. This is nice and thick. This is going to make some really good feed. This will get wrapped tomorrow afternoon. So I've made a couple passes so far, and this is some pretty good thick second cutting. You can see there it's pretty much up to my knees, but it is thick. It really paid off just before we started getting all the rain. I guess that must have been the second week of June. I had hit this with some nitrogen, and it's going to make some feed for sure. I think I'll probably just cut this 9 acres and then come right back with the tedder and blast this apart some, just so it dries a little more even. Otherwise, this is going to end up being, drier on top and still pretty wet underneath. Even though we're wrapping it, I would like it to be somewhat evenly dried. So let's start making some passes. this field's done. I will go back and put the cutter away, unhook the tractor, then I'll hook the tedder up to the JX75, come up here and spread this out, fluff it up some. Like I said, it's pretty thick. Yeah. I'll let the sun hit it for maybe an hour, because this afternoon I got to leave by 4 o'clock to run to a birthday party, so I don't have a whole lot of time this afternoon. So I'll leave it sit like this for an hour and then spread it around with the tedder, and then come in around, I'll probably rake it by like noon. I'll start raking, hopefully be baling by 2, be done baling by 4, and then start wrapping. So looks nice when it's all cut, all the rows. It's definitely going to make some feed, which is a relief after the first cutting was really bad. It was just so dry in the spring, and actually started raining, and now it's hard to get a couple days in a row that you don't get rain. I mean, you can see the moisture in the ground, because it's July 22nd. I mean, there's a good chance I could even take a third cut off of this come, mid-September. I won't hit it with any more fertilizer though. I'll just see what comes back. If we still catch a couple showers here or there, even if it gets on the dry side, there's so much moisture in the ground now, it'll pop right back up. And you see that I took the first cut off that pretty late. That was just, I don't even know if that's 2 weeks ago that I cut that field across the road there. And then I hit that with some nitrogen. You can see it's coming back pretty good. So I'll take a second cut off that probably maybe late August, early September. So it's starting to look better for winter feed for sure. Hopefully it holds. Those 2 fields up there, that's, let's see, 9, 4, that's probably another 13 or 14 acres there. That's got a lot of milkweed coming back into it again though. I might cut that towards the end of this coming week, because we're supposed to get a few days of dry weather, and it's supposed to be really hot. So I'll probably knock down those 2 fields and then just dry bale it. And then over the hill there's another, on the other side of that tree line is there's at least 7 acres that I'll cut again. That's got to be done yet. Never ends. Catch you later. So just a little update on the hay situation with this field that we cut last Saturday. Was hoping to get it baled up on Sunday and get it wrapped. Sunday came, they weren't calling for any rain till Monday afternoon. Sunday came, got it all raked up, was ready to roll, got the baler all set. Just about to pull out, and great big black cloud overhead. And it absolutely poured. So I ended up having to ted it back out a couple times. Monday looked like a go, and rolled rolled down the road with the rake. As I pulled in the field, I realized there's another big gray cloud just to the west. And then it shortly thereafter proceeded to pour. So see, that was Monday. Let it lay Tuesday. And then yesterday was Wednesday. So we got up and just dry baled it yesterday. It actually wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. I mean, it would have been a lot better if it didn't get rained on twice. But it's still okay. But yeah, that's just the way it goes. It's supposed to be the nicest weekend of the summer, they were saying. But it's up. It's under cover just to keep the weather off of it until we're ready to feed it. So it'll be a few days before it's looking like the weather will cooperate. A couple more fields up over the hill there. There's like a 9-acre field and then a 4 to 5 acre field. Got to do them yet. And actually even a couple more. So got to wait for the weather to be right. Here's the bales here. You can see they don't. Not bad. That new baler we have, it makes a heck of a tight bale, but I'm not real happy with the net wrap at this point. I don't know if it's the net itself, but you can see like this bale blew apart, and there's a couple others that there's a seam. You can almost see it right here. It comes apart. It's the same spot all the time. But I mean, that's not a big deal. I wonder if it's just the quality of the net wrap. But I'm actually about to head to the New Holland dealer now and discuss a couple things with them. Like yesterday, only made like 24 bales. Now the 24, 3 of them, it's almost like the bale size sensor didn't operate, and it like overstuffed the baler to where it kicked out the pickup clutch. Like it would go to, I'd be at 56 inches, and you would seem like that we should be hitting the 58 for it to tell me to stop, and it would automatically wrap it. Then all of a sudden the tractor would start to drag down, and then the clutch would kick out. I'd be able to back away from the windrow and slowly re-engage the clutch to finish the bale, but you could tell that the baler was just jammed. The bale was as big as it could get inside the baler. So a brand new baler, that shouldn't be happening. So I'm about to take a ride up there and see if they can't resolve that. So, well, thanks for watching. Take care.